Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are keeping well, staying safe. A lot of you guys pointed out that Gigi said that he was willing to come down to fight Floyd Mayweather at 154. And why wouldn't he do that with Pacquiao? Um, I'll point out. I'll tell you why he was willing to come down to 154. Firstly, Mayweather was the man in boxing. Mayweather was a guy that you could make a shed load of money fighting against. And also at that time, Canelo wasn't fighting Golovkin. Golovkin didn't have anyone to fight. Golovkin wasn't making any money. So Golovkin was willing to take the risk to come down to 154, which would have been a horrible move for him because Golovkin would have been weight drained. So Golovkin was willing because he had no options. Canelo wasn't fighting him. Mayweather was obviously the man in boxing. So Golovkin was willing to come down for the payday and for the opportunity to fight Floyd Mayweather, right? In that fight. Problem is now with Pacquiao, he's not going to be willing to come down to 154 to fight Pacquiao. I'll tell you why. Because he's fought Canelo twice. Canelo probably financially is a bigger fight than Pacquiao. I don't think he makes more money fighting Pacquiao than he does Canelo, right? And Golovkin now is older than what he was back then. It's going to be much harder for him to come down to 154, right? And I don't think he can do that. I don't even think he can make 157, 158. Even a couple of pounds would kill Golovkin because 160 now is probably hard for him to make. You know, this guy's been fighting at 160 his whole career. So, you know, and he's not fought at below 160. So, what I'm trying to point out to you, right, is that Golovkin can't make 154, right? I don't think he can make it safely. So I think it would be dangerous for him to make 154 for his health to come down to that weight, especially when he's never fought at 154 his whole career. And most importantly, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to come down to 154 to fight Pacquiao because he's made a lot of money. He's fought Canelo. And if anything, he's looking for a big payday against Canelo. Canelo fight probably pays him more than the Pacquiao fight. So it doesn't make sense for Golovkin right now to move down to 154 because back then to fight Mayweather, he had no options. Canelo wasn't fighting him. Cotto wasn't fighting him. There was no one to fight. So he was willing to take that jump and that risk to fight Mayweather. He won't be willing to do that. Firstly, he's a lot more richer now. He's made millions in the bank. He's fought Canelo twice, remember. He's fought Jacobs as well. You know, he's made some nice paydays. He's got a nice deal with DAZN. The guy's made some decent dough, you know, now. He doesn't need to do crazy things now to, you know, get big money fights because he's already made a lot of money. You know, whereas before he never really had any options. He never made as much money. So he's willing to take that risk to come down to 154 to fight Floyd. And plus Floyd was undefeated. He was the man in boxing. And your biggest paydays, he would have made his biggest payday by far. You know, even more than what he made against Canelo. Because Mayweather would have, you know, that fight would have generated a lot of money. People would have been interested in that. I think that would have been a huge payday for Golovkin. So it's a completely different ball game. It's a completely different ball game now. Golovkin's a rich man now, which he wasn't when he was willing to fight Mayweather. You know, he's willing to kill himself at that point to fight Mayweather. Whereas now he's not going to be willing to kill himself because plus he's older. He might not be able to do it now. When you get older, your metabolism slows down. Everything is harder to do. So I don't think he could make 154 to fight Pacquiao anyway. I think Pacquiao would have to go up to 160 or 157, 158. And I don't think that's right for Pacquiao either. So, yes, GGG was willing to fight Mayweather at 154, but the scenario was different. The scenario is different. GG back then wasn't as rich as he is now. He wasn't as old as he was now. You know, he hasn't got the same. He's got more options than he had back then. Do you understand where I'm coming from? He doesn't need the Pacquiao fight now. You know, Pacquiao fight would make him some good money, but it would just be a bonus to already what he's made. He's already made a shed load of money. He doesn't need to do that now. And fighting Pacquiao wouldn't do anything for GGG's legacy because although Manny Pacquiao is one of the greatest fighters of all time, he is a small dude. And GGG will be fighting a small dude. If GGG wins, they'd say, well, you just fought a guy that's a welterweight. He's not even a natural welterweight. And you're a middleweight. So that fight, if Manny Pacquiao goes in there and beats him, then it ruins Golovkin completely. Because people will say, you just got beat by a small dude. Yes, a great fighter in Pacquiao, but the fact is he's small. So GGG has a lot to lose in that fight. And like I said, I think he's got many money options now, whereas he didn't have before. So that's my take. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. I want to thank you all for me reaching 7,000 subs. I appreciate your support. Guys, as you can probably see from my channel art, I have recently started Patreon and Blogger. If you were to click on this icon here, it will take you to my Patreon page. And I just want to take you through my Patreon page. So at the minute, I've got 2 options. Hopefully, I will increase this if my Patreon grows. But at the minute, I've got one option, which is $1 a month fan donation, which will obviously help me produce better quality content on YouTube and faster for you guys. And I've got another option of $3 a month for 2 live streams a week discussing boxing with myself. You guys will get to speak to me face to face. And I'll take you to my boxing blog. So if you were to click on this B sign here, it will take you to my boxing blogs, which is this page here. And all you have to do is click on here, and that will take you to my boxing blogs where you can see all my different articles that I've wrote. So as you can see, I've wrote 6 articles about different topics. So if you want to click on one of my articles, all you got to do is click on this, and it will take you straight to the article, and you can read it, and you can then go back and read the others if you would like. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd just highlight this to you. So make sure to read my articles. Make sure to subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested. And guys, I thank you for your support. I thank you for me reaching 7,000 subs. Guys, I'm out.